Alright, this is just absolutely perfect for the no-holds-barred competition. This is like one of the greatest things ever. It's just 3 Scarf Ditto against the opponent's multiple legendary Pokemon, just crazy legendaries, mythicals, and whatever absurd stuff they want to run. But the Scarf Ditto is just going to be better, and in a lot of situations, when you look at Pokemon like the Mega Rayquaza, well, you can just kind of throw an Outrage, a Scarf Outrage against Mega Rayquaza, and then just keep piling damage, or do something ridiculous to the opponent before they even have a chance to respond. Pretty nuts. So, Ditto comes in, and what's it going to do against Hoopa? Well, it's going to become Hoopa Unbound as well. And that's actually going to be really bad for Hoopa Unbound because Hyperspace Fury, physical move, Hoopa Unbound has a very, very low defensive stat. So that will still be enough to just one-hit KO, just like that. Now, defense drop doesn't really matter, just making a vulnerability more vulnerable, I guess. And it's a Scarf. So now, unless the opponent has like a Scarf that can outspeed that or something, Hoopa Unbound as Ditto is just going to do the same thing. So Hyperspace Fury, once again, going to go for the big damage on a Marshadow. Marshadow will survive it though. But that just kind of shows how much damage we're dealing with right now. And then Marshadow will take that Spectral Thief on to the Ditto, and Ditto will not survive because Marshadow, crazy amount of attack, Spectral Thief being physical, all kinds of fun stuff like that. And then Ditto comes in, but what you gonna do? You're gonna have Ditto bring that Imposter, then go into the Marshadow, and then now you have a Scarf Marshadow against the Marshadow, and the opponent's going to withdraw in that situation into the Deontay. Alright, we'll see where this goes. So that's going to be Spectral Thief once again, and the damage on the Deontay, not quite a 2-hit KO. So we're going to see what the response is from the opponent. Actually switching out, oh no. Why not just do the exact same thing your opponent's doing? What you do is you read your opponent's mind, and then you take it a little further. So that's going to be Deontay with the Moonblast, and now, you know, okay, you get the outspeed. Moonblast is something that Marshadow does not want to be switching into, and then Ditto also has the Earth Power for that counter read, and yeah. Ooh, never mind, I was about to say, yeah, enough damage KO, but no. Now the opponent responds to the... So, copying the opponent to then, like, do exactly what the opponent did, and then the back and forth. But now it's over at this point. So, that's going to be the Earth Power onto the Deontay. And I don't really know what else, you know. Marshadow comes in, and then you have to deal with a Scarf Marshadow in return at less health. It just doesn't end well right there. So, actually... Z move? What? Who uses Soul Stealing? Wait, I'm confused right now. Like who uses Soul Stealing 7-star strike? Why against like the already low Deontay? I don't know. Maybe expecting a switch and hoping to just like straight up KO, but that's not happening. This is my first time seeing Soul Stealing 7-star strike. Neat. It's actually a really cool looking move. I love how the shadow, you know, Marshadow lives in the shadow of like other people and stuff. So Marshadow comes out and then does boom boom boom, and then cool epic anime finish. But that's going to be Ditto coming in with the Imposter ability, and then Marshadow is not going to be looking too good from there. So we're going to see how it finishes, and Shadow Sneak. Yeah, I expected Marshadow to have the Shadow Sneak and maybe try to use that against Deontay instead. So that is a way around the Scarf, but Marshadow already low on hit points. So either way, it's like a Shadow Sneak war. Okay, the other Marshadow doesn't KO, so Shadow Sneak, Shadow Sneak, and then the game eventually ends. So that's why I love it. I say that Scarf Ditto is like the best Pokemon, or you know, just Ditto in my guides or my top 10 Pokemon video and stuff. I just say that Ditto is the best Pokemon because it's your opponent's Pokemon, but better. Also, it does a lot of other things. Let's get into the next battle first. Because Ditto also gives an incredible, like, we don't even, like, do we even need to see what's going on with the opponent's team? Nah, we're just gonna react to the copying and have fun just like that. So one thing that Ditto does is that it also gives you information on your opponent. That you can see your opponent's moveset and then think, this is what they want to do with it. And if you could see like a more tanky set or a more offensive set, or if you know that you have, like, if you could just read that Pokemon and be like, wait a second, it's not going to be able to hit X Pokemon for any damage. So then you can actually like switch out the Ditto, use that to wall. So Ditto also becomes like 2 Pokemon. Then okay, you bring in a better tank Pokemon. Now you can just like read the opponent's entire strategy or the entire team while also just being better. Like that. Super effective Outscarf move onto the Decidueye, and it's done. Wow, yeah. I actually didn't know if it was going to work for the KO, but I guess more of an offensive Decidueye right there instead of just like, it should be defensive? I don't know. Spirit Shackle spam, going to come in. We're going to see what the Komodo can do in response to the Decidueye. It's that pseudo legendary, so it has Tankiness. Can no longer escape though, so that's not going to be good. Flamethrower, non-stab super effective hit. So yeah, it seems like a stab super effective hit from almost anything will take out a Decidueye, but a non-stab is where the Decidueye has enough tankiness to kind of survive. So, Spirit Shackle spam. Ooh, Dragon Dance. I was going to say, Spirit Shackle spam now responded with the Dragon Dance. It's so bad. It's so risky because, okay, now when Ditto comes in, Ditto's going to be +1 attack, +1 speed. Sure, that helps the Komodo now to outspeed after the Scarf shenanigans, but it's not going to do much else. So now Ditto comes in, Komodo can't switch out, which doesn't really matter because Ditto's going to steal those stats and then snowball anyways, and that gets the Scarf into whatever it wants to. So Ditto clanging scales. Really? And see why? That's interesting because why is the opponent using Dragon Dance if he has Flamethrower clanging scales? For the speed boost, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, like, where's the Dragon Claw? Because then Dragon Claw becomes more damage, and then we get into some weirdness. Now it's Tyranitar. So, the Tyranitar matchup's going to be interesting. It depends if, like, Tyranitar has Earthquake, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because Tyranitar is doing the exact same thing, and now there's going to be 2 Tyranitar trying to chip away this Tyranitar. And also, yeah, if you have a special attacker against Tyranitar in Sand, you shouldn't be going for that. So, yeah, it does have the Earthquake. Looks like it might have gone for the read, but yeah, that's all you need to know. It's like, cool. Wow, that's a lot of damage, though. And I guess Ditto does, like, the hit point stat does carry over. So depending on whatever hit points Ditto has compared to the opponent, that's also where, like, the survivability range is. But yeah, now that's how this is going to play out. You know, we switch in, survive the Earthquake. That's all that needed to happen because now, okay, we got the Earthquake, and then boom, next turn to our Earthquake, GG, just like that. I wonder if that was actually needed, though. Because if you look at Komodo's moveset, it's like, yeah, the Clanging Scales would not have done that much damage. So the switch tank actually kind of works out. But also, Ditto's still at full health. And maybe you could double Clanging Scales because, yeah, it's not going to be a super effective hit. So Tyranitar using non-stab Earthquake to try to get through the Komodo might have been a 3-hit KO, which means the Clanging Scales kind of add up. But at the end of the day, that's the response. And also, Ditto was at full health. So that means Tyranitar would have had to get 2 Earthquakes when it only had 1 left to survive, and that's being outsped Scarf anyways. And that's just frustrating. That's so frustrating to deal with. However, the strategy does have some vulnerabilities. That if the opponent has like a really heavy tank Pokemon, then you're going to have a hard time getting through it. But if they're running a lot of offensive stuff, which is something that you can expect from the No Holds Barred competition, even if they do have a tank, there's some ways of getting around it sometimes. Now, I will admit, I am very upset and very disappointed in myself right now. And that's because I didn't think about this. Like, I didn't into the No Holds Barred competition. You know, I didn't want to go up against people that are just hacking in, like, legendaries and stuff. And, yeah, it's like, okay, cool, full team of Marshadow. Yeah, you totally got that legit, of course, you know, something like that. But then when you think about it, wait a second, Ditto, all it needs is hit points. If Ditto has max hit points, you're good to go. And that's also why I'm not calling the fan right here on their shiny Dittos, because there's all different ways that you can get shiny Dittos, you know, by doing the Oras, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, you can do that and use them in this competition. Same with the chaining, that if you're actually going for a legit Ditto, the odds that you end up with 1 or 2 shiny Dittos is very high, and even then there's still a chance that because of the virtual console, there might be some stuff going on with the 8F glitch and then getting shiny Dittos that way, and then just be like, yeah, free shiny Dittos. Because the thing is, the reason why I call out the shinies is competitive, you know? How are you going to get crazy competitive shiny Pokemon under certain circumstances, you know, 6 IV, perfect, legendary, stuff like that, while also being shiny. But with the Ditto, it just needs hit points. And that's very doable. So now, Ditto comes in with the Intimidate. Intimidate the Gyarados. Oh, dude, if the opponent has an Intimidate Pokemon, you just switch in Ditto forever. And they can't do anything about it. And then, yeah, like, that's pretty nasty. But also, Ditto has a Stone Edge. So that's going to be wreckage right there. So yeah, getting the Waterfall read, boom, Scarf, Stone Edge. Like, it's just Scarf, you find the super effective move, and then they die. And that's so crazy. And now Ditto has a Stone Edge over the Talonflame. And yeah, sure, even if you use Brave Bird, you know, Gyarados has that inherent tankiness. It would survive. And then Blaziken comes in. Is that it? Is Val done? Is it just that clean and swept? And also, dang it, I'm actually really upset I did not enter with 6 Dittos. Because it would be so easy. I have so many max hit point Dittos from when I went for 5 IV Ditto or 6 IV Ditto that I could have just opened up my box, thrown 6 Ditto into the battle box, given them all a Scarf, because I haven't checked the Pokemon Bank in a while. I probably have like 200 something. You get 50 for entering this competition afterwards as well. I could have bought 5. Well, actually, you don't even need that. You just need 2. You just need 2 other Scarves. I have 2 Scarves right now, so I could have bought a Scarf with my bajillion Pokemon Bank battle points. I could have had the best fun ever. And even against tank Pokemon, the strategy can work, because depending if they're going for setup, well, now you get to just beat them down. And also, actually, I figured it out a while ago, because one thing you can do against a tank Pokemon, and this was when I did like the God Ditto video while I was battling my friend Ryan, is that when Ditto comes in, it refreshes all of its hit points. So you can PP stall a stall Pokemon with the Ditto by just switching Ditto, especially if you have multiple Ditto. Switch Ditto, use Scarf Recover until you have full hit points. Switch in Ditto, use Scarf Recover until you have full hit points. Depending on what Pokemon it is as well. If it's a toxic, if it's using Toxic and you can Toxic them, switch into another Ditto, heal up, switch in, heal up, switch in, heal up, and then you out PP stall them because you never run out of PP. Ditto is ridiculous like that. So yeah, there we go, guys. Let's do one more, actually. I was getting into it. I was like, wait a second. We have another submission. Let's just show them all. Let's just show all the submissions right now, because those 3 battles went fast, and the strategy is so deep. It's so complex. Ditto is such a beautiful Pokemon. Damn, never mind. I think what happened, we have like 3 PIG, W's 8, J2VZ, 3 Pig, 8, J2VZ, but whenever I put it in, it says battle video cannot be found, so I wanted to show off more, but I guess we can't. But there we go. I think we still got some cool things, and it just shows like how great the strategy is. I love it. Yeah, I've already said all of it. It's totally awesome. I agree.